Live look at Washington this morning and Capitol Hill. The U.S. government coming out with new numbers on the economic hit from the COVID-19 crisis. The latest figures, these are on retail sales. They're down more than 16% last month, and that was the month when stores were locked down in much of the U.S. Some of the millions of Americans now out of work are employed in the retail sector. Now, 36 million Americans have applied for benefits as a result of losing their jobs. How to prop up the deeply slumping U.S. economy is a focus for contentious debate on Capitol Hill, which we turn to senior Washington editor Lindsay Duncombe for some coverage of that. Lindsay, the Democrats who control the House, they are set to pass a $3 trillion stimulus package this afternoon. This is turning into more than money, more than a gesture. There's a whole lot of, as you would expect, politics behind this, but tell us more about that.
Well, this is truly a massive spending package from the Democrats. They want to do a few things here. They want to continue with another round of those stimulus checks, the $1,200 that went out to individuals to qualify. They want to expand the employment insurance, the additional benefits that came in a previous stimulus package. They want to see additional hazard pay for people who are working on the front lines. But the bulk of this, $1 trillion, would be dedicated to aid for states and local governments, because states are in this really tight spot right now. Most states in the U.S. have balanced budget legislation. So what they're seeing right now is they've got these increased costs because of the COVID-19 crisis. Revenue is way down in terms of taxes. So what that means is they're having to look at their budgets and make cuts. And these are the governments that administer police services, health care in many cases, education. Take the example of California. Gavin Newsom said that based on his budget, he plans on proposing a 10% cut to all state employees across the board. And the only way to avoid that is if this package from the Democrats passes. Here's what Gavin Newsom had to say.
These are cuts that can be triggered and eliminated with a stroke of a pen. The President of the United States, with a stroke of a pen, could provide support for Speaker Pelosi's new HEROES Act, and these cuts would be eliminated.
Could provide, would be eliminated. How likely, Lindsay, is that to happen?
Not likely at all, because even the Democrats are struggling with this particular package among their own membership. Leadership says, yeah, they have the votes to be able to pass it, but as we know, there's a split within the party. The progressives say this does not go far enough, and those that are more moderate are saying, wait, this is a lot of spending. We're not sure if we should be doing this right now. So if the Democrats are split about it, just imagine how Republicans feel. They look at this bill and say it is a wish list of liberal promises, and the states especially don't want to give, they don't especially like the idea of giving money to the states. Many of those hard-hit states are run by Democrats. Here's what Donald Trump said about this bill yesterday.
As they say, DOA, right? Okay. DOA, dead on arrival.
Mr. President.
And of course, Nancy Pelosi knows that, obviously.
So the most optimistic way to look at what's going to pass the House of Representatives today is that it is a starting point for negotiation. However, remember that a lot of Republicans are looking at the stimulus that has already been in the economy, and they're thinking, well, maybe we should wait a little bit and just see how that plays out before making any big spending promises. And just in terms of prospects for negotiation here, consider, Heather, that the President of the United States and the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, have not spoken to each other since October.
Oh, okay. Lindsay, thank you very much. Our senior Washington editor, Lindsay Duncombe.